My name is Chris Hume with the Lancaster Patriot. I'm here outside Amos Miller's operation in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Behind me there are multiple vehicles, 2 state troopers, 3 other official use vehicles. I attempted to enter the building here where Amos Miller has his organic farm, where he sells his organic products, he sells meat, he sells other products. I was turned away by a state trooper who told me that they are executing a search warrant.
And check this out. This is his video of him attempting to do that.
How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Are you an attorney or?
I'm with the media.
Okay, all right. We're conducting a search warrant inside this building right now.
Okay.
So everybody needs to stay outside, please.
Okay.
Okay, so turn around.
Can I get access to that search warrant?
I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. I am Leroy Truth for Leroy Truth Investigations, and this is a critically important story about government overreach where the government in Pennsylvania, along with state troopers, raided an innocent man's private organic farm. Amos Miller, Miller's Organic Farm, an Amish man, a small family farm who gives great products to people throughout the United States. Why does the government hate them so much? Because they refuse to be regulated by the government. They give products, including raw milk products, which the government has deemed illegal and unlawful, to members, private members of their private membership farm throughout the United States. Government doesn't like that. And I was inspired to create this video because I saw a video from Brian from Here's the Deal reporting on a raid that just occurred yesterday at Miller's Organic Farm in Pennsylvania. Bird and Hen is the name of the town. And something he said that when any of us sing the Star-Spangled Banner, land of the free and the home of the brave, if we're not free to buy and sell the food that we deem fit for ourselves and our families, we ain't free. And the government loves to control the food supply and to make things illegal. And this farm has been raided at least twice before, and they had a $250,000 lien put on the farm, from what I understand, and they went to court and that lien was lifted. But I have personally bought products from this farm through the years. They are healthy, they are delicious, and from my personal experience, they're completely safe. I have eaten organic milk products, raw organic milk products from this farm. I've never gotten ill. I will be interviewing someone today, stay tuned in this video, who has been buying, she has been buying products for over 14 years from Miller's Organic Farm. Not only did she never get sick, it made her healthier, and she will tell you why. This is incredibly concerning, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to include a link to donate to Miller's Organic Farm if you would like. Anything will help. $10, $20. Legal costs are insane. And he delivers his food throughout the country to various states. I personally support this gentleman and his family and his private family business against the overreach of the government. Now, let's get right into it here. First, I'm going to share with you a video that I saw on Twitter earlier today, which gives a bit of history how the government loves to control food supply. And they did this to Native Americans when they were trying to wipe them from the face of our country. And what do? In 1 year, in the 1870s, the American government slaughtered 1.5 million buffalo to attempt to eliminate or decimate the food supply of the Native Americans so that they would be dependent upon the federal government. They would be able to control them, put them into reservations. That is despicable, evil. Check this video out.
This floating around online, and it got me to thinking. You see, Irish farmers pressured to cull up to 200,000 cows to meet climate goals. I've been seeing things like this all over the world. I've been seeing all of these headlines about governments trying to get rid of animals so that they can reach, quote, climate goals. Reminds me of this. In 1873, the American government killed 1.5 million buffalo in 1 year alone to starve Native Americans so that they could become more dependent on the American government. There's a lesson there. If you're willing to learn it, there is a lesson there. Be very careful when governments are trying to control food supplies. Be prepared for your family. Have some extra meat stored away. Learn how to hunt. Learn how to do the whole process of butchering an animal yourself if you have to. Have a garden. Start a greenhouse. Get some chickens. Provide eggs to your family through those chickens. Do things that are going to prepare you to be able to be self-sufficient. Learn those skills with your kids. Learn how to chop a tree down. Learn how to cut it into firewood. These are the powerful things that we could be doing right now to just make sure we are ready for a worst-case scenario.
Now, those truer words have not been spoken, ladies and gentlemen. And when the government controls our food supplies, they say what we can and cannot purchase, what we can and cannot sell. We got a problem. So we can't let Amos Miller's organic farm fall. We can't let the government get away with this. We have to always peacefully address the public officials that can put an end to this. Now, there is a local gentleman in a local news organization that has been the only organization of news that I've seen on updates. And I want you to check this out because this gentleman is holding the light of transparency to what government is doing to Miller's Organic Farm.
My name is Chris Hume with the Lancaster Patriot. I'm here outside Amos Miller's operation in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Behind me, there are multiple vehicles, 2 state troopers, 3 other official use vehicles. I attempted to enter the building here where Amos Miller has his organic farm, where he sells his organic products. He sells meat. He sells other products. I was turned away by a state trooper who told me that they are executing a search warrant.
And check this out. This is his video of him attempting to do that.
How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good. Are you an attorney or?
I'm with the media.
Okay. All right. We're conducting a search warrant inside this building right now.
Okay.
So everybody needs to stay outside, please.
Okay.
Okay. So turn around.
Can I get access to that search warrant?
I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Not allowed inside the building. That's pretty much all the information I have right now. Once again, we have, in this case, state troopers, state agents harassing Amos Miller, coming onto his property with a search warrant for what? What harm has he done? What evil has Amos Miller committed? In the past, the state came in, the federal agents, I believe, came in, made a big deal about Amos Miller selling organic meat to his neighbors who freely chose to purchase that meat. Just because Amos Miller didn't go through the bureaucratic steps and the regulation of his meat, he was harassed. And once again, we have state agents harassing Amish farmer Amos Miller for serving his neighbor. This, my friends, is tyranny happening right before us. This is tyranny on full display. Where's the sheriff? Sheriff's been contacted. Sheriff's not here. This is tyranny. This is America. This is what happens when you abandon biblical law and you put man-made law as supreme. This is what it is, America. This is tyranny on full display. Stay tuned. We'll have more updates as this story develops. Thank you.
Founding fathers did not envision that the government would be doing this type of thing and terrorizing that man and his family and the people who work there, and create a product that we, the people, can choose to purchase or not purchase. This makes me so incredibly angry, and it probably is making your blood boil as well. Check this out. When the federal agents leave, the government agents leave, and they would not allow Amos Miller, the owner, to go into his building while they are doing their inspection. How do we know that a government agent didn't introduce some type of biological agent or contaminant into any of his products? You trust the government? There's plants all over the place. We have to have transparency, ladies and gentlemen, and this cannot happen again. Watch this.
Again, this is Chris Hume with the Lancaster Patriot. I'm still outside Amos Miller's organic farm operation. Behind me is the building. They're not allowing anybody in there to film, to ask questions. Apparently, they're not even allowing Amos Miller, the owner of this establishment, into the building to see what they're doing. Now, that's very concerning. We don't know what they're doing. Since there's no one filming it, we don't know if they're Could they be adding any sort of foreign materials to the milk? Intentionally, unintentionally, we simply don't know because we are not inside there. We're not allowed to be in there. Again, they've been in here for multiple hours at this point. They're not letting people in. We can only film through the glass, get pictures and video through the glass. Can't see everything. They have multiple coolers filled up, apparently, with products. They've been in there for a long time. There's at least 6 or 7 people in there, again, searching Amos Miller's property. And who knows what they're doing in there. And this does not look good for the state agents and what they're doing here. They've come into this property and they're searching Amos Miller's property. What wrong has he done here? Where's the victim? Where's the person that is saying Amos Miller has made me sick, I want restitution? Where's the evil? Looks like the door is opening here behind me. Looks like we have people coming out.
Can I have the number?
Yeah. Yep. All documents are right there.
Can we get your badge?
And they are stealing his property right there, ladies and gentlemen. They are stealing his property right there. This is egregiously wrong.
Number, sir.
Badge numbers and the name.
You won't give us your badge number?
There goes your food.
That's not their farm. We've got to take our freedom back, ladies and gentlemen.
Can we get your badge number, sir?
6333.
And your name?
Herzog, Hertzog.
Okay, he doesn't care. Why is he doing that? He doesn't have to engage in this. Everyone has a choice.
We have hauling off coolers. We don't know what's in there. Not sure what they put in there.
The state government is stealing Amos Miller's property right now.
Not sure what they brought in, what they're taking out.
Thank God for independent journalists to cover stories like this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have someone here who knows Amos Miller's products very well. Now, I personally have ordered from Amos Miller's farm numerous products, numerous raw milk products, and I can attest to you, they were delicious. I've never gotten sick from them. I completely trust Amos Miller's products. And I have with me a person who has been purchasing Amos Miller's products for over 14 years. And she chose to be anonymous in this case and protect her identity. However, she has some great insights because she has been a customer of Amos Miller for over 14 years. So welcome, and I want to thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Absolutely. It's an important story.
Thank you. And one of the things is that Amos Miller has been targeted by the government before. And as I've shared earlier in this video, is you have consenting adults who sign a waiver even with Amos Miller, knowing that they are buying raw products and that there could be a chance of a health situation with them. However, in a free country, we need to be able to make choices without the government saying, no, we know better than you. And so Amos Miller's farm has been raided now at least twice. Is that right?
As far as I know. And to be specific, Miller's Organic Farm is a private membership association. So within that, it operates, I would say, outside of typical jurisdiction, because essentially we are all members of the farm, those of us that are receiving their products. From what I understand, they did have a $250,000 lien slapped on them because they process their meat in their own facility, which is not regulated by the USDA. And they actually recently won in court and were able to start selling their meat products again because they had not been able to for a period of time. And just when that got lifted, now they're getting raided again.
Now, who slapped that $250,000 lien on their property? That's as best as you know. Maybe you don't know specifically. Federal government, state government?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was federal or at the state level. I'm not sure.
Right. I'll take a look at that. However, fact is, ladies and gentlemen, is that they had a $250,000 lien slammed on them. A private business doing private business with private American people. And they won in court because that is absolute overreach. And it's creating victims where there are none, which the government loves to do. Now, how has your experience been with Amos Miller's Farms products over the last 14 plus years? And what are some of the products you've purchased from them?
I have always thought their products were of the highest quality. And I started ordering from them because I was having some health issues. I was having skin issues, and I was specifically interested in purchasing raw kefir, which is a fermented dairy beverage. And it actually did improve these issues greatly. So their products I have never had an issue with their products. They have always been of the highest quality and have actually helped me to improve my health.
That's excellent. And I can tell you, I personally had the raw cow milk kefir. Delicious. Goat milk, I won't touch it. I know. When I heard you like the goat milk as well. However, it's delicious. And again, I've never had any issue with it as well. And I was also a member of the private club. And they were just rated again for some, godforsaken reason. We do not know. And I'm looking into that to find out what's going on, how they're attempting to justify that. And what would you say? What are your thoughts about this in the picture of government, again, coming into a private business, doing private business with people who are part of a membership and raiding them and terrorizing them?
I just think it's been an all-out assault on the people's ability to access healthy food that is outside of government overreach and jurisdiction. I've heard people talking about how when white people first came to this country, what we did, killing 1.5 million buffalo, and how that was the native people's, not only their food source, but the source of their energy and economy. And, they did this strategically to essentially wipe them out. And I feel
could you pause there for a minute? I had read the article previously, and the government, according to this article, the federal government slaughtered in 1 year 1.5 million buffalo with the express purpose of taking away the Native Americans' food supply so they could be dependent upon the federal government. Is that a correct summary?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And we've seen the culling of many, many cows in the last couple of years around the world, and with the guise of climate change. Yeah. And so I really do feel that there is an attack on our ability to access food outside of government regulation, and they are attempting to make us more dependent on them so that we don't have the freedom and sovereignty to access healthy food. It's a weakening of our population.
Absolutely. And if the federal government controls our food supply, we're screwed. And they did it to the Native Americans blatantly under the guise of a couple of things. Well, we want to help them. We want to control them in reality. And they're doing the same with us, including Ireland, as I read. Millions of cattle in the name of we got to reduce the gases from the cows, flatulence, to put it bluntly. I believe that's what they're justifying it, to reduce and protect against so-called climate change. And what other thoughts do you have on that, Amos Miller's customer?
Well, I think that people who order products from people like Miller's Organic Farm are aware of what's happening in the world. And I think we all know that the answers to the problems we're having could be solved through regenerative farming and permaculture and a lot of methods that are actually working to create sustainable environments and ecology, which is in harmony with nature, not not what they are suggesting as, capturing carbon and putting it in the ground. A good way to do that is to plant a tree. But I don't think that these methods are going to work in the end because essentially too many people know what's going on these days. Not everybody,
right.
But a lot of people, a lot more than 10 and 20 years ago. So,
right, yes, and more people are waking up. But one of the challenges, Amos Miller's customer, is that getting that information out is a challenge because there is so much censorship from this platform. I'm constantly fighting with this platform to attempt to get my videos out uncensored. And I've had to censor insane amounts. It's like I'm living in China. And we need places to go where there's uncensored truth and information where people can do their own research and make a decision for themselves. And I want to let everyone know is that I'm in the process of a new project called the Outlaw Network. And it will include accountability on government overreach. It would include free medical information. It will include free health information for people. Perhaps you'll be part of that. And Excellent. So that people will have an uncensored place to go, transcendent of government overreach, not on any social media platform that loves to censor us. So people can get the full information and make a decision for themselves on what is going to work for them and their families. Because you know what's best for you and your family, right? And unless we get the full information and then hold our government accountable and don't let these things happen. Because an injustice on someone, as Martin Luther King said, is an injustice on everyone. And I'm going to include a link in this description and a pinned comment, everyone, for a fundraiser for Miller's Organic Farm, because we have to support places that are willing to do the right thing. And we have to hold government accountable and say, this is not acceptable. We're not going to allow this, because alone we fall. United, we make sure and we can hold the government accountable. So any other perspectives you'd like to share before we go today?
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for helping to spread the word. And if every one of your viewers donated $10 or $20, that's going to go a long way in this good fight. And we all deserve to have freedom of choice and access to healthy food.
Absolutely. Well said. And I thank you so much for spending some time and sharing your personal story with us. And stay tuned for much more in regards to the story. And please donate to the link that I have on here. And as this person said, $10 or $20, $5, $1 will help them. They're a family-owned business, Amish, salt of the earth, grounded with the earth, and giving healthy products that people really appreciate. And the legal costs are astounding. Because remember, they're going up against the state and or the federal government who have unlimited pockets to hire lawyers. And of course, that money comes from you. That money comes from me. Literally, the money that's going to hurt Miller's Organic Farm is coming from us. And it's unlimited. So you know how hard it is for a private business and a private person to fight against the government without support from all of us? It is almost impossible. But they already won once. We want to make sure whatever they're accused of here, that they win again.
This is Chris Hume with the Lancaster Patriot here in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. As you know, yesterday state agents raided Amos Miller's farm, seizing some of his property, placing many of his products under detainment, preventing Amos from selling those products. If you're familiar with Amos Miller, you know that for decades he's been selling his organic products, his raw products, to customers who want those products. They understand the risks, but they would rather have natural, organic, in some cases raw products than the commercially produced, chemically laden products that many people buy from the grocery store and other places. And Amos Miller represents freedom. He represents the antithesis of the nanny state that our government officials want to impose upon us. They want a state wherein we have to go to the government to get permission to buy and sell food, something that is so essential to human life. So there are two things you can do right now to help Amos. Number one, you can donate financially. Amos Miller has employees that he pays. He has small farmers in Lancaster County here that rely on Amos to sell the products that they provide to him. If Amos Miller can't pay his employees, if he can't pay these farmers, his business can shut down. So there's going to be a link here for a Give, Send, Go fundraiser. Consider giving, even if it's small. Give to Amos Miller's cause here, because he needs to keep his business going so that when he wins this case, he can keep serving his neighbors. The second thing you can do is to contact the elected officials, the appointed officials here in Pennsylvania. The Department of Agriculture Secretary Russell Redding has the authority, as I understand it, to lift this detainment order and allow Amos to get back to business today. So contact him. There's going to be a link here to contact him, and also a link to contact your representative. If you live in Pennsylvania, and if you're outside the state, you can contact these representatives and the secretary as well in Pennsylvania, and urge them to see that justice is done and Amos is allowed to serve his neighbor. We don't want the government telling us where we can buy our food. We don't want the government controlling our food supply. If we want a free society, we need to be able to make those choices. And that's what Amos Miller's customers have been doing for decades. And we need to see that freedom is established in this land, or else we won't have any food in the near future. So thank you so much for following this. Again, check out this link, support Amos Miller, consider a financial donation, call and urge these officials to see that justice is done and Amos is allowed to serve his neighbor. Stay tuned. We'll have more updates as this story continues to develop. This is Chris Hume with the Lancaster Patriot here.
And I'll have more updates for you as well. And I will include a link to the fundraiser for Miller's Organic Farm in here. Contribute whatever you can. $5, $10, $1. It will help. They need money for legal fees. And as Martin Luther King has said, when injustice is done to one of us, and injustice is done to all of us. Because alone we fall, united we stand. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. I am Leroy Truth for Leroy Truth Investigations. Please subscribe to my channel now. Please share this video. Please like this video. And please contact the public officials to demand they put an end to this type of egregious, aggressive, overreach, unconstitutional. Stay tuned. Thank you for your support. And please subscribe. Please share this video. I appreciate you.